Kindness opens doors, and a seemingly normal, everyday opportunity to be kind could set in motion a sequence of events that leads to your miracle, or a miracle that you didn't even think was possible. So look at Genesis 24, for instance, right? Eliezer had been sent by Abraham to Abraham's homeland to find a wife for Abraham's son, Isaac. And so Eliezer gets to the homeland and prays that God show him who the woman for Isaac is. And the prayer he says is that when he asks for water, the woman goes out of her way with her kindness and selflessness to provide water not just for Eliezer, but also for the camels. And as he's ending the prayer, Rebecca walks in and does exactly that. And so Rebecca was just doing a very normal everyday everyday activity, sorry, which was to get water from a well. But that kindness in doing so led to a sequence of events that led to her miracle, which was her, receiving her husband and finding her husband. Look at 1 Kings 17. So there had been a drought, and the widow of Zarephath was preparing to die and cook her last meal for her and her son. And she was doing a very normal, everyday activity in gathering firewood when Elijah popped in and said, can you get me some water? Now, because there's a drought, she could have been saying something like, there's a drought, I'm trying to sort myself out. How dare you ask me? That's such a cheeky question, something like this. And, she didn't do that. She instead was kind and began to go and get the water. And only after she began to get the water does she hear Elijah's next question, which is a request for a piece of bread. So beginning to get the water was the first step, and that led to the second question, which was Elijah asking for bread, and that led to a dialogue, which led to her receiving instructions about how to get the limitless provision that would both save her son and herself from death, and also gave them abundant provision for that difficult time. So kindness opens doors, and just be aware that the opportunity to be kind could lead to a miracle that you didn't even think possible.